Hello everybody, welcome back. Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Well, you will know, of course, that over the last few, or at least the last 2 months or so, we've been busy with media, marketing and sponsorship workshops at Western Province Club Rugby. And a lot of the clubs have got their media, marketing, sponsorship teams now on this course, and they're really looking at ways to make the clubs work, grow the membership, contribute to the community, and of course find sponsorships. Now, Donnie Isaacs, of course, been instrumental at Kuilsrivier for a very long time, and you'll know that Kuilsrivier have got a primary sponsor, Alto Towers, and we thought we have to get Donnie back on the line because this weekend was a typical example of how club rugby can, in fact, activate and engage with their sponsorship. Donnie, great to have you on the line. How are things there with you?
JP, thanks for having us. Absolutely fantastic. Great to be back on the show. Exciting times. Yeah. And over at your side?
Thanks, Donnie. Yes, no, it's well. I think it's as we said it the last time. It's we take it one day at a time, one step at a time. And still, things I think remain very difficult for everybody. Remain very difficult for club rugby. But you guys have like you say, exciting times. You've managed to find the positives during difficult times and make things work.
JP, yes, I think a nice little spin to it is the fact that we sort of got the semi-go-ahead to start practicing again, in preparation for 2020. And Saturday was an ideal opportunity for us to get our players together again and take them through that process, what is expected, what we should be looking out for from a training perspective. And obviously, very importantly, also, make them aware of the COVID protocols that's still in place.
Yeah.
We then took them through that process, the screening process, what they can expect when they get to the venue. We showed them all the different stations where they need to go, get sanitized, the masks, etc. Just to make sure that everybody, when we do start training, that they know exactly what the COVID protocols are.
As we know, you've been very active on making sure that your sponsorship side of things work, your relations with your sponsors and adding value back to them. The last time we spoke about your loyalty card scenario, and this is a great example of what clubs can do for their sponsors.
JP, yes, absolutely correct. And like you've mentioned, we've got a fantastic working relationship with Alto Towers and the OK franchise at Alto Towers. And what we do is because we do a lot of communities with Alto, and it was their annual big giveaway day, we then assisted them with their marketing. So it was a good collaboration and a value add, like you mentioned earlier in your introduction about the sports marketing. And this is exactly what we're doing, and it's a good collaboration. It's a good value add for both. Look, we've formed a very strong partnership in the community, but it's also to drive the game of rugby. I often say, and it's a proud thing for me to say, you'll probably see the trophy somewhere at the back of my shoulder over here. We are the Super League champions of 2019, and that is a brand that everybody is now associating the club with. So it's all about being better at rugby, and in the same tone, also then to build and foster good collaborative relationships with our sponsor and business in the community.
Yeah, so Donnie, if we go back, let's go back a while. Yeah, this is not solely a commercial relationship. Alto's been, or this sponsor's been involved with you guys for a while, and they obviously understand your rugby structures, they understand your achievements, and they are, for lack of a better word, they're actually hands-on and connected to that experience.
Absolutely, JP. And I was not aware that prior to the official announcement of Alto Towers being the club sponsor, they've been following our progress right through the 2019 season. When I got the call from Turin de Wit and Louis at Alto, they could exactly tell me the games that we won, who scored the tries, what was the halftime score. So they were following the club's progress. And I think they wanted to be involved with the winning first and foremost, but not just that. It is also the fact that we are a community-driven club. We do a lot of community work, and so do they. So we see the same, call it ethos, if you may.
Yeah.
And sort of that got the two together.
Donnie, that's obviously critical. I mean, that's critical that you have a sponsor that is invested in your structure, that understands a little bit about what it is that you do, who your players are, a little bit about your facilities, because there's a connection of trust. They know where you're going, they know what you're doing, and as we've been talking about in the workshops, they understand what your objectives are, where you want to, what your vision is for the club.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, JP, at the end of the day, and I think in one of the modules that you presented in one of the sessions is that you've got to put your club out there as a marketable entity. People want to be associated with your club, and I think we were very fortunate that that our association was linked with or linked to a league win, which is great. But that doesn't have to say it needs to be the only thing.
Yeah.
If you've got a good infrastructure happening at your club or set up at your club, you've got a good executive team. You've got two guys that really understands the marketing concept and they drive that. And at the end of the day, it should also be an opportunity then to lure players to your club, because they will see, look, something is happening at Alto Towers Kuilsrivier Rugby Club. Let me go check it out. Let me go see what it's all about. We are busy with some infrastructure upgrades currently as we speak. So that is also things that's happening. And obviously our sponsors, they are involved in it. And it's again, like you say, it doesn't just stop there.
Yeah, Donnie, tell us then a little bit about this weekend. You say you managed to get the players together. Obviously, we want to talk to you in a second or so about the rugby side, but just give us a snapshot of what did you guys then go and do with the players over the weekend.
All right, JP. So let me touch on Alto Towers first. We had quite a long day because we spent a good 4 or 5 hours at Alto Towers because they had, like I mentioned, they had the annual giveaway day, and the players. The objective was to interact with the customers at OK and Alto, and also then to assist with sanitizing. And at one stage, the entire team, they were toll packers. They helped at the tolls, and we mingled with the customers, obviously inside the shop, which was quite exciting. And one thing that really stood out for me was not so much the interaction or the presence at Alto, which was more what the customers thought of this thing, the rugby club being there. And quite a few ladies, in fact, said to me, oh, it's nice to see these big boys at, assisting with packing my groceries and so on. So if they see that is what they want to see, so be it.
Donnie, just quickly going back to the actual training side of things now. Obviously, the players are starting to start thinking about 2021. Slow movements there, getting back onto the field.
JP, yes, I think we had a good turnout on Saturday, and it was mainly driven by the coaching staff. We've got a fully fledged coaching staff from the head coach, Coach Vessel. His entire coaching team, and they gave a very good briefing and account as to what is going to be expected in 2020 from each individual, the intensity that is required to play in Super League A. We all know that. So overall, it was a very good, productive day at the club, and we've managed to also, feed the players again, with the kind assistance of our sponsors. They had a good meal. And overall, JP, I must tell you, it was so great to see the players. Everybody could feel rugby is sort of back. You don't watch only just the Stormers play on an empty stadium. So the players were there. It was a great feel-good moment on Saturday.
Donnie, we'll leave it at that. We'll say thanks for joining us. Obviously, we send our best to all of the players, all the fans out there, the Kayla boys. We remind you guys, stay safe. We look forward to seeing you guys back on the park or back on the training sessions as soon as possible.
JP, thanks, and that's once again to everybody. Get your Alto loyalty card from us, and that earns you lots of cash back.
There we go, folks. Donnie Isaacs, of course, instrumentally involved there at Kuilsrivier. They've got a fantastic team, and they've just demonstrated to you the kind of example that a club can use, almost a model of how you can go out there and build relationships with sponsors and take it beyond just. In other words, that there's a sense of mutual benefit between the sponsor and the club, and I think that's fantastic. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing the players back in training with all of these health and safety protocols in place. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Don't go away.